Good morning. Denise Dryden here from Whitefish, Montana, and I would like to talk to you today about aloneness. And it's a term that came through one of my tarot cards, and for years I've been playing with tarot cards, and I wanted to show you this card. So, really what it is it's a personal journey into self. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit and find out sort of how we feel about being alone and spending time with ourselves. So when we let life speak to us, like when we actually carve out the time to sit quietly and let life speak to us, we let things happen organically. We're completely present. We really show up to ourselves. We let go of definition and goals, and we let life unfold. And so why is it important, especially in relationships, that we give ourselves time to do this, to really allow ourselves to listen to life and find out what it has to tell us? So in order for life to listen to us, we have to be able to trust, right? We have to be able to trust that if we go there and we sit in that quiet place and we listen to what some of our thoughts are or what some of our feelings are, that it's going to be okay. That it's not going to be scary, it's not going to be horrible, it's going to be okay. So when we trust in ourselves, we trust in our own gut instincts. We start listening to that inner voice that's kind of like tap, 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 tap. What do we need to know right now? And we also find a lot of passion. We find, what really supports us in life. When we trust in another's self-awareness, we know what to do to bring it forward. It's kind of like, if there's self-awareness, then there's information there that tells us who we are and what our next step is. And when we trust in what our children are here to teach us, then we sort of get into this quiet place and we start to observe them. And we go, well, wait a minute. They do things really differently than I used to, and I wonder why they do that. And I wonder what that's about. And if I, can go join them. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining me. So when we're unable to trust and we're unable to access our gut, it's when our self-knowledge and our ability to sort of know that we're on track disappears. So in this tarot card deck is the Hermit. This aloneness is, in the traditional tarot is called the Hermit. And the Hermit is a cloaked man heading into the darkness, holding up a lantern to light his own way. It's kind of one of those cards when it comes along, it goes tap, tap, tap. Time to go head out to the woods for a little while. Denise, dang it. It's a message that it's time to pull back from all that society offers and become comfortable with yourself. When it shows up, it's inviting you to find something about you that you've been ignoring. So this Osho deck is part of a Zen approach to life. And what I like about what Osho says when it comes to the Hermit is learn the presence of oneself. Learn that aloneness is actually something that's valuable and worth having. When we are self-balanced and guiding ourselves and we have things to look forward to, we know who we are and we know what's going on. Well, when this guy shows up in the cards, what he's really saying is that we may be overwhelmed, we may be overstimulated, we may be out of balance, and that we are refusing assistance from others. We're we're resistant to any kind of help. We're suspicious, we're angry, we're blaming, and we're arrogant. So I'm just here to invite you, if you have any of those feelings going on right now, where you're sort of like the world's out there against me, or there are things that I wish I could feel much more relaxed about, it may be that little tap, tap, tap on the shoulder which says, it's time to go inward and find out what that inner gut is saying. And from a place of curiosity, from a place of self-wisdom, like what is it that my body's really trying to tell me? So it's time to be alone, it's time to connect to self, it's time to connect to who you are so that you can be available to others. So aloneness sort of invites us to create alone time, to understand what alone means. What does it mean? To feel alone, like to really go, I got this. It's just me. and I have a lot of information coming in right now. Now, when we're afraid of aloneness, we don't create alone, we actually avoid it, and we spend a lot of busyness and time filling in and scheduling so that we don't have that downtime to sort of sit and reflect and go, is this working or not working? When we don't understand the value, the beauty of alone, we resist, we push it away. If we are not comfortable feeling alone, then we feel lonely. And when we feel lonely, we sort of reach to other people, and it sort of cycles us into that codependence, which is, I'm going to jump out and go grab something to do, or go, hyper focus on what a child is doing, or what my partner's doing, or what I can do in the world, or shop, the whole shopping therapy, all of that, which is, if you know that you're avoiding, that you feel lonely even in a company, that you're resisting, or that you're really, really just avoiding any kind of self-exploration, it's kind of time to go look at that. So when we embrace aloneness, and I love this term aloneness, we get curious. We give ourselves freedom to get lost. Like, let time disappear for an afternoon, or a whole day, or a whole weekend. We partner with ourselves. We build trust. And we open this inner communication, which is, if you have something to tell me, I wonder what that would be. And what am I going to do with that information when I get it? So it builds this sort of, brings our passion out, it brings our exploration. And, the other thing is, sometimes there's going to be boredom. Like I always talk about, summertime is the perfect time to let your kids, let yourself get really good and bored. Turn the screens off. Cancel the cable for a while. Sit outside. And, when your kids come up to you and they're like, I don't know what to do, I'm so bored. It's like, I've got chores, I've got things you can do if you want to, or you can just explore and find out what is it that you really want to do. And you give them some time. So one of the things that came up for me in ideas of how to create aloneness was something that I started, I think in 1997, started this whole path towards where I'm going right now, which is I started getting up early in the spring and walking from 6 to 7 in the morning. And the first time I went out the door, I was like, rah, what am I doing? It's cold out here. And I couldn't turn the chatter off in my head. And it took about 2 weeks of getting up every morning and walking and sort of starting this mantra, which is, I'm outside. I'm present. I'm letting go of the things that are distracting me. And I am walking. What do I notice? What do I feel? What do I know inside? And I started doing, this process of regimented walking, and then allowing what unfolded in the walk to guide me throughout the rest of the day. So it was sort of like the doing was getting up and getting my shoes on and getting out the door. And the being was listening to that inner voice and saying, what is it that wants to happen here? And you can do that through journaling. You can do that by road trips, taking a drive by yourself. You can do that by, one of the other things is that my kids have always known that in the morning, if it's nice out, I will just go take my tea and go sit in the sun. And we do it in the campgrounds, and we do it in the backyard, and I sort of do it everywhere I go. If there's sunshine out and there's a spot for me to sit, I'm just going to go sit there and just close my eyes and let the sun, the morning sun, just sort of fill me. And when I do that, what I'm doing is I'm modeling self-care. I'm modeling paying attention to who I am and what I need. And my children are watching this. And so, slowly over the years, it was really beautiful because we would all sort of get up when we were camping, and one at a time you could hear the rustle of the boiling water, the hot chocolate, the tea or whatever. And then you'd sort of see kids scattered all over the shoreline on the rocks, or sitting quietly, or reading, or doing their own inner peace, their own inner thing. Sit in the sun with them. Sit in the sun by yourself. Show them how you do quiet. Camp, paddleboard, meditate. It's when we model self-care to our partners, to ourselves, to the ones we love, to our children, that we show them that there's information there that's accessible. All we have to do is get quiet enough and be comfortable enough with being alone in order to make it happen. Sort of like the essential key to being present. And when I'm present, when I'm lined up with who I am and what I'm here to do, sort of in that horizontal and vertical, we pay attention. And when we pay attention, we get to hear the messages. So I'm here to invite you this summer, as we move into warmer weather, carve out some time that's just for you. Whether it's an hour, whether it's 20 minutes to an hour, whether it's a half a day, whether it's a whole weekend. Just, go out and do your own personal retreat and find out, what is it that you need right now? What is it that you want? What is it that you haven't been paying attention to? And fall in love with aloneness. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Sunday. Have a wonderful next week. And thank you for joining. You can always find me at DeniseDrydenCoaching.com. There's other videos that you might be interested in. So give it a chance and let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye.